What's going on?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I was looking for the sports. Hey, can we
Are you coming on the run?
Can we cut that out? Hello and welcome to the 2022 Neilogical Setup Tour. I've recently moved house and added a couple additions which I think are pretty nifty. I don't make these very often, but I thought you guys might want to peek behind the curtain a little bit and see how a Neilogical video is made. Arguably the best BeamNG videos on YouTube, although I'm sure that could be disputed quite a bit. And also I want to say I'm contractually obligated to say this, not really, but all this stuff I'm not trying to show off. It's just stuff that I've acquired over the years to bring the best content to you guys, and I think you guys would like to would be very interested in seeing how it's all made, how it all works, because I think it's cool. I'm just a huge turbo nerd, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I couldn't be here without you guys. I couldn't have the opportunity to use all this really awesome stuff, so I want to show you guys how it all works. Anyway, let's get right into it, shall we? All right, before we start, I just want to say the camera does add 40 to 50 pounds. Just putting that out there. You caught me in my disheveled homeless phase. Anyway, this is the most aesthetic corner in the office, designed by my wife, obviously. It's the only side that looks actually good, but there's some pretty cool stuff here. You'll notice the, I don't know why this is here, actually, Freddy's fry sauce. It's good though. All right, if you're a YouTuber, you need one of these things. It's a little metric time. It's like a Bluetooth radio, but this is what I use it for most of the time. It can show your sub count, which is, I don't know, it's awesome. And then up next to that, we got the Steam Deck. If you haven't seen my video about if you can play BeamNG while taking a dump, yes, you can. This thing is awesome, worth the money for sure. I don't use it too often, but when I do, it's for hours and hours at a time, which I think is pretty dope. All right, up here, this is actually essential to the creation of YouTube videos. This is a plant. I don't know what kind of plant it is, but it's a plant. And it looks good. Shout out to the guy behind the camera. He got me this Kratos 3D printed head for Christmas. I'm a huge God of War fan and it's just awesome. So shout out to Reese. All right, moving down, we got some gummy wrappers. But yeah, that's just like filler stuff. We got a Lego Nintendo, some books about the field guide to lucid dreaming. Haven't read it yet, but it's a good one for the toilet. All right, and below that we have my shelf of consoles, the Xbox, PS2, Wii U, which I think is pretty rare for people to have. I don't see them around a lot, but anyway, a random PS5 controller. I don't even know where the PS5 is. I think it's in the living room. I don't know. And then we just have, I think everybody has these, and I have multiple, just a bin of random stuff. Mostly wires, but there's some probably pretty cool stuff in there. I don't know, I gotta go through all this stuff again. Yeah, there's just a ton of random junk in here. As you may have noticed, I have a lot of video game art. I don't know, I just think they look cool. I probably got them off Etsy or something. And I also have my play button here, which is my pride and joy. They have a new version available, but I don't know, I kind of like the old one. Once I get the gold button, I might exchange it for the like all silver metal one. But right now I think it fits right in. If you're wondering what that black box is at the top of the room, that's one of the sensors for the index, the Steam Index. I don't use VR too much, but when I do, I think it's pretty much the best in the biz. All right, so this is where the actual work gets done. Don't worry, the desk isn't super short. I'm just a giant, a lumberjack, if you will, 6'4". 3 screens. This one is exclusively for Spotify pretty much, and OBS and all the recording junk. Discord, and then this is the big one right here, 4K Acer Predator something. That's what we record all the BeamNG footage on. Yeah, it kind of feels like that episode of Rick and Morty where he's like,
what is my purpose?
Pass the butter.
Yeah, this screen's pretty much exclusively for Discord. I kind of feel bad about it, but you know what? It does it good, so I don't care. All right, so I don't know why this is in here, but it's a label maker, which is obviously very useful, especially when you have a million wires running all over the place like I do. All right, this is the main controller when I'm not using a wheel. It's just an Xbox Elite V2. Actually, probably the most robust controller I've ever used. Never had any problems with it. It has like these sick button things that come off. They're like magnetized on the back. It's pretty much good for whatever you need it for, especially BeamNG Drive. I'll have the name of it on screen, but this is a Corsair keyboard, RGB obviously. I had a phase of RGB stuff. I haven't quite grown out of it yet, so most of the stuff is RGB, but that's okay. It's okay. And we also got some Logitech circle speakers here. I don't know what these are called. G something. They work pretty good though. It has a subwoofer. I don't really care about the RGB on this one, but they're there if you want them. Okay, this thing's really gross. It's really dusty. I'm sorry, but this is the Go XLR. This is what all my audio is routed through. So when you hear my beautiful voice, it's this one right here. I love this thing because you can actually turn up all the knobs on it. It's pretty cool, and it has a bleep button. Not that I have to use it very often, but it's there. And I have the most generic YouTuber mic ever. It's the Shure SM7B, but it's the standard for a reason. Sounds amazing, even if it is covered in dog hair. Sorry, I have a Shiba Inu. Sheds all over the place. And then I have some AKG headphones. I've had these literally since I started making YouTube videos. They're really bright green, but they sound really good. All right, guys, before I show you this, please don't judge my wire management. It is not my forte. I apologize. I got it looking as good as I could though. But yeah, the machine running it all, this is my Apex machine. I'm not gonna, I mean, I guess I could do an ad read, but I'm not going to. But I will say, use code DEAL, 5% off. Anyway, this, I have the specs on screen, but this thing basically is the editing slash thumbnail Photoshop, browsing, looking for stuff, recording setup. And it works really good. It's got a 3070. I think the camera guy is able to get under here. I have like, it has one of those like CPU coolers that has a screen on it, and I got like a really low res Neilogical logo on there. I don't know, I can't even see it behind the screen, but hey, it's there. I like it. All right, so what I'm gonna show you next is the newest addition to the setup, and I kind of want this to segue into maybe doing some wheel content. It's set up for it. I have all the wiring done. Just let me guys know down below if you would be interested in this kind of thing. But anyway, here is the sim rig setup. All right, so this is it. This is a very Fanatec heavy setup, but I like it a lot. So I guess we'll go from left to right here. So this is a Logitech keyboard, which I don't know what that is. We're not gonna talk about it. Probably just dog slobber. I have a Great Dane and a Shiba Inu. Slobber gets everywhere. So, all right, so the rig itself is probably the sturdiest thing I've ever seen. It's an advanced SimRig ASR6. I think it's the biggest one they have. I don't know. All I know is this thing weighs a metric ton, and it sucked to move into this room, but it is basically sturdy as a rock. I have this thing turned up to about as high as it can go, and it doesn't budge, which I think is a pretty good selling point, honestly. All right, so for the main unit here, this is a Fanatec CSL DD with the 8 Newton meter power pack. So basically, if I wanted it to, it could snap my wrist directly in half. Hasn't happened yet, but let's not rule it out, shall we? And then connected to that, we have the Club Sport Hub V2 with the paddles. I think it's pretty sick looking. And then we have like an Alcantara wheel. I probably shouldn't have got the Alcantara. I heard it gets kind of gross pretty fast. I do have like an F1 wheel in the mail though, so we can do some F1 stuff. But this is what I got. It's actually massive wheel, but it feels damn good, boy. And then for the shifter, we have the Fanatec SQ. I guess it's an H pattern and a sequential. Don't sit on that. But yeah, this thing is pretty sturdy as a rock, I would say. It feels pretty, like you can make it, if you wanted to, you could tighten it and make it so it's like a clunky shift, which I kind of like actually. And then down here by my feetsies, we have the CSL. I guess there's the regular pedals. I do have the load cell brake, which is honestly a must. It's very, very sensitive, but it makes it so much easier when you're doing like racing type scenarios. It's pretty good on BeamNG Drive as well. I know I have the brake and the throttle pretty far apart, but I don't know. I've noticed when they're any closer, it tends to crush my testicles. I don't know how else to say that, but it's true. All right, so you're probably wondering about this just absolutely ridiculous monitor. This is the Samsung CRG9 49-inch. What would you call this? Ultra Giga Chad wide? I don't really know, but as you can tell, the field of view is just disgusting. Makes it really good for when you're recording anything. It's especially good for sim racing. Anything with a car, it just looks absolutely amazing. We have this glorious driving on Wreckfest. You can see how much. You can basically see who's driving right next to you. And you can probably tell from the holes in the wall. We had a few problems mounting this. That's actually, a lot of those holes are from a TV that was here, but we kind of repurposed it and had to lower it down to eye level. So yeah, we'll cover it up eventually. Just don't pay attention to that, Mr. Cameraman. All right, now comes the confusing bit. How do I record this gameplay onto the work PC? Well, there's actually two PCs. I work on a 2-PC setup. So this right here, the Apex gaming PC, this bad boy does the actual recording and that's it. But if we go down, we have a pre-built Alienware. Don't judge me. I was in the market for a 3090 and there was none just by themselves, so I had to get a pre-built, but it works, man. It works really good. All right, so basically how this works is in the Apex PC, we have a capture card. You might be able to see it. It's underneath the graphics card. It's an AverMedia. I basically have an HDMI running from there down to the gaming computer, which basically allows me to capture gameplay from the rig and put it onto this computer for editing or whatever else we want to do with it. But you want to see the really cool thing about this setup, the mic. If I'm recording over here, I can just go whoop like that. It's brilliant. It's all right, guys, that's pretty much it. So really, all we have to do now is make some videos. But first, let's try to get some lap times on Hiroshi Raceway. I'll do one, and then Reese will do one as well, so we can really test this thing out. Let's get into it. All right, here's Reese's first lap. He did practice for like half a lap, and then he ate it. So this is just for fun anyway. Just timing him around Hiroshi. We're in an ETK K, is this the K series? Yeah. So far so good. All right, we're gonna take a left up here. Nicely done. Oh, nicely done. Now this turn's a little tricky if you're coming in too hot. There you go. There you go. All right, go continue right. Oh, sorry. Whoa! Whoa! Saved. Saved? Yeah, saved. All right, so there's a blind turn after this bridge. Blind right turn. Nope, not quite. Oh! You know what? Maybe we should do automatic. All right, you got it now. Yeah, just remember the turn. 130 miles an hour. Nailed it. All right, another chicane-ish type thing, and then another left, and then you're good. Oh! Oh!
No, no! Oh.
You gotta finish the lap.
Oh, my tires.
All right, DNF. All right, he couldn't hang, so we gotta bring it home for the boys. Here we go, across the line. So far, so good. We switched to an automatic. Just the track day for the fastest time. I practiced a little bit, so I think I got this track down. There you go. This is the hardest bit right here because you get a little happy with the throttle here. You got to slow down quite a bit. This is a pretty good handling car, though. All right, another tricky bit here. You can get through pretty quick, though. I definitely could have done that faster, but I'm just trying not to crash. I want somebody to finish a lap here. All right. On the gas, still got the grip, 100 miles an hour. I have to like cock my head just to see this speedometer. All right, this feels pretty good. Slow it down. There we go. Slow it down a little bit. Oh, that's where Reese ate it. And last turn. Oh, no, we're good. There we go, bring it home. How fast can we get across the line? Now, time! Send it into the wall, because why not? Didn't snap my fingers. All right, so that's pretty much it for the Neilogical studio tour. If you guys want to see more wheel stuff in the future, let me know down below. I mean, I'm gonna post it anyway, but I hope you guys want to see more. But yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for making all this possible, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.